Yeah, that's a shame, but good for him.
I want to play a game of what makes them great.
Okay, cool.
Actors who you've worked with, and I want you to tell me what makes them great.
Okay.
One of my favorites, John Turturro. What makes him great? You worked with him on Quiz Show. Break him down as an actor.
The real deal. All I can say, the man became that character in the Quiz Show, but he's so good in his current stuff right now. I watched this thing.
Severance?
The Severance he's unbelievable. I have a love affair with Christopher Walken. It'll rip your heart out. It's so beautifully, delicately done. So he's all about like flick notes. He has all these ticks and things that are really, really interesting. But he embodied that role in Quiz Show, and he's so great in everything he does because he's just a little bit. He's a thinking actor, is what he is, and it makes all the difference in the world. He's not just regurgitating lines; he's living them. And I just have nothing but respect. It's called the night.
Night of.
Night of.
Night of. Yeah, I love that.
Really cool, and it was a pity they didn't do more of them. But boy, talk about he sits there the whole time. Then he has to get up and give this ridiculous closing argument, and you go, "Oh wow, he's wow stuff." So.
He's wow stuff.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah.
He's so unique, and his you know the way he develops characters and I mean, he talk about methods and Stella Adler and he seems to have like got the whole thing down.
Yeah,
like he's got the whole thing and he's able to do it.
Yeah, he's a consummate artist and director. Good director, and just one of those guys that should be, you guys from New York. Now, I'm a New York asshole, but I bloomed where I was planted out here. And I miss, if I could do it over again, I would have stayed and tried to make my way in New York. Although it's a very tough town, as you all know.
Yes.
But in California, but what I love about New York, honey, it's not going to work. You're not going to get the part. So we'll talk next time.
Right.
Out here, don't take another job.
Right.
You're on our list, you're top 3. I think it's going to be easy.
It's a short list.
It's a short list, but we got you. So don't do anything. And you die of enthusiasm, like, really? Did you get it? Okay.
When your agents and managers tell you you're on a short list, is your temptation to be like, who the fuck else is on the short list? And for people, like, so when we're up for a part, a lot of times we'll get told when we're getting close or not, they might just say you're on the short list just to make you feel good so you don't jump off a bridge. My temptation is, who the fuck else is on the list? Who are they? Who the fucking short list? Because also I want to know, like, number one, can I find them and beat them up? And number two, like, I'm like just like to kind of take you out of the, the unknown, because one of the hardest things for being an actor is the unknown.
True.
When you're going to work next.
True.
Who you lost the job to.
Yeah.
Who's on the short list.
Yeah.
That's the thing that drives me craziest about being an actor.
I used to be that way, Michael. I used to be comparing, and that's what's that comparison is the thief of
actors.
Yeah,
that's what Shakespeare said that, right? No.
The thief of time or something like that. Anyway, you should never do that. What happened back in the day, and you were around these days, it was the pilot seasons. I'm so glad that away. That was like ridiculous. Come in, there's 15 guys just like you, or very much the same like you, sitting out in the hallway, and you're going, oh, coming in. So you go in there and you just, you make it about that moment to act that day. There was you do that stuff. But I was about to do a play, and my then manager said, no, don't do a play. No, you were second place Charlie like 4 times last season. I went, yeah, they know who I am. It's all good. I'm doing this play. I go and do this play. It's When You're Coming Back, Red Ryder, playing a most incredible character called Teddy, written by the great Mark Medoff. And I do it in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I'm so glad I did it. I met my wife. We're together 30 years.
Wow.
It was a game changer. I came back in March and I just got a series.
Right.
So it was like, I made the right call, but
right.
that took some cojones to say, no, you don't understand. They know who I am. I lost out to that guy because he was in a commercial. That guy was big because he did that movie. It's okay. I get it. But there's enough out there, especially now with streaming.
Yes.
I mean, the content it's coming in waves.
Tons of stuff.
So there's a lot of work out there. And I have a daughter who's starting out in this business.
She wants to be an actress?
She's going to be an actress. Believe me, I would have dissuaded her if I saw that she didn't have any gifts.
Right.
And she's got skills.
That's good.
So it's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
Next on what makes them great, what makes Ralph Fiennes great?
She's a chameleon. He can do literally anything. I just saw him in New York. He was doing a play where the guy who was building all the roads in New York City and out to Long Island, and he didn't like public transportation. So what he did was he lowered them so no buses could go through. How about that?
Right.
And anyway, just brilliant. Constantly working. Just one of those minimalist actors too. I'm a little bit more animated myself. You could probably be charged with that one too. But he is just, it's all right here. It's all, in his mind. And it comes out so fun. Yes, he could do wacky comedies too. At the same time, he's royalty, and he'll probably end up, getting all kinds of, sirs and all that kind of stuff in his life. He's a working machine too. He loves to act. And that's all he does. He doesn't have family. He just basically acts.
That's cool.
Terrific. Yeah.
Kathy Bates. You worked with Kathy Bates.
The Killer. I got a story about her. I was blessed to work with her on that series. Wow. David E. Kelly was writing it, and it was called Harry's Law. I came in as a guest star. They made me a regular because, man, I just thought all you have to do is react. You don't act with Kathy. You react. So we're doing this one scene, and it's a quick story. Doing this one scene, and she's got this really rip your heart out thing, and I thought, God, that was incredible. They're shooting on her. She's done it 3 times. Can I do one more? I said, I mean, wow. Sure. I mean, she said, Chris, I'm not keeping you, am I? No. The director said, sure, fine. Just one more. The hair was standing up at the back of my neck. I mean, how can you take it from great to brilliance? That's what she can do. She can go to that extra step. And she'll sit down and have a beer with you, and she's one of the guys, and just one of the great chicks. We were shooting at Warner Brothers. We'd come across to that smokehouse, that classic old restaurant that many movies have been shot in there, and just after our getting through the week, and just have a great time. One of the great actors that I have worked with is Kathy Bates.
Love that. I love that. Give me one more actor who you worked with that while you were with them in a scene, you kind of were like, oh, because they were so good. It could have been a take or a moment throughout your career where they just kind of like, I've had a few moments where I'm just like, where you're in it, but you're kind of like, they're like, where you like, because I'm a fan and I could tell you're a fan. Is there a moment or an actor that another one who impressed you that when you were out there with them?
There's been a few, but
you mentioned Harvey too. I didn't mention
Harvey. I mean,
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah, Harvey Keitel. What is a great guy too, and just I mean, it's an interesting thing. But I'm thinking, series work. You work with them all the time, and sometimes in movies you don't get to work with everybody. It's like, nah, we didn't get a chance to work.
Yeah,
I hope we get it. And then you lose track with them. You come back together. But I remember a moment that I was working with this woman who was Oscar nominated. Just fantastic actor. And she came at me on the 3rd take, and I had to go, what the hell? I had to really just kind of laser vision. Kathleen Quinlan is her name. She's a very, very talented actor. And she came at me with this completely different out of left field, but it fed the scene so much that I never forgot it. And I thought, well, I'm going to have to steal that from you because that was just brilliant. And she did it to me a few times. She was a real very sincere and in the moment actor. And that's fun. That's when you're just basically in that zone. And then she would lift that zone. She'd probably been in the zone more than any actor I know.
I like that.
Yeah, it's terrific. But it's hard. You get older as a woman and then they stop calling.
Yeah, it's tough.
It is tough. Ageism sucks.
It sucks across the board.
Yeah.
My last, what makes them great? Adam Sandler. What makes Adam Sandler great?
He's smart. You don't think he's smart because he plays all these doofuses, but the man is smart.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's got it down. So I was about I turned down that movie and I said, what am I doing? I just won this golf tournament. I got to sit down with Adam. Maybe that role's still available. And I went and sat for 25 minutes. I laughed my ass off and I thought, this guy he just got it. And he was so funny and so like self-effacing and so like I'm the underdog kind of a thing. And you see there's just a big depth to him. There's a lot of depth. And I'm, to be honest with you, I'm a little shocked he didn't get a nomination for this Hustle movie. He was so good.
He's been
He's
really
been
good
great.
in a lot of
I've
films.
been great for a lot of things, yeah. But the ones he makes are what they are, and then they go through the roof at Netflix. But he was so great in Elsa because it was right down his alley, and he just loved doing it. And I got to say, what makes him great is he'll try anything.
He'll try anything.
And it may not work, but he's going to embrace the hell out of it and try to make it work. And there's been, instances where it didn't work. But boy, when he goes there and makes it work, it's kind of like nobody else can do what he does.
100%.
Yeah, so
100%.
I take my hat off to him. I'm a fan. I wish I would work with him more, but I'm not in his posse.